Okay, so before we roll into episode 11, I just want to point something out. So inside our known lands, okay, how many different life forms do we have? Elephants, tigers, zebras, lions, cats, dogs, the list goes on, okay? So like, for example, and mankind domains over all the creatures in that land, okay? So what if these creatures that come from these lands, like, for example, the Pleiadians, what if they're the ones that domain over all of those lands, and what if they have different animals, different creatures, just like we do? So like, for example, somewhere up here where it said, one of them said Hydra, right here. Hydra. So that would be like dragons. Land of the dragons. We're going to have to do a segment about that. But anyways, because I want to roll right into this one right here, Jupiter is the one we're going to be doing here. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this. ALLMAHULUK Strat 163. Again, another one that has a number. This one and that one are probably like robotic. That's why the government says some of them are like droids. Okay, so origin, Jupiter. Okay, and so like look at all these lands that we have in Jupiter. Like I wonder, you know, what other creatures come from those different names, right? Okay, so they were forced to leave Earth after losing a battle against the reptoids. In ancient India, date unknown, which they had been visiting for around 200 years. So they were visiting ancient India for around 200 years before this supposed war happened that they lost. They have resumed their visits to Earth in 1948. Technologically, this is a very advanced race. Like robots. Their ships are often invisible to radar and the human eye. And they wear some sort of clothing that makes them invisible as well. Okay, so like Paul, see now his deal is he has like a separate set of lungs, and he can just hold that breath, and that's what makes him go invisible. So these guys are using like cloaking technology. So maybe we captured one of these guys, and this is where you see that Japanese cloak that came out, that invisibility cloak in the early 2000s that blew up on YouTube. Probably comes from these guys right here. Supposedly, they come from Jupiter, or one of its surrounding moons. So, I'm not really sure if NASA is calling each one of these lands a different moon, but the names are different. Europa, so there we go. I don't know all the names of Jupiter's moons. I'm not an astronomer. Last sighting, Portugal, May 2005. So, like, I want to point something else out, too. You know the movie Jupiter Ascending? So it's like the creatures, like when they go to Jupiter and they show you the Draco, okay, it's not like they're saying those creatures are living there. It's like the Draco overtook and overthrew Jupiter. So that's also interesting. So, I don't know, but you guys, I think that concludes this episode.